IT expert who made her first million at the tender age of 22. Now she solves human performance problems instead of computer performance problems.
She is the author of The Accidental Millionaire. And she says you can make more money and work less. Do you love that formula or what?
Deal.
Yes, please welcome Stephanie Frank to the Small Business Summit. Hey, Stephanie, come
welcome.
on out. Great to see you.
Great to see you.
Hi. Have a seat.
Well,
we
I
must
will do
learn
that.
from you.
Yes.
Before we even get into the interview, we're going to do some bragging for you. We're going to set the stage for you. So you just sit back and you bask in this. Best-selling author, over 15 high-level network engineering certifications. I quit at 12 certifications.
Wow.
You kept going.
I thought you had 13.
Level 2 protocol analyst. Not even sure what that is.
Yeah, what is a level 2
it's
protocol
That's a
analyst?
really high-level computer troubleshooting expert.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Been there, done that.
Yeah,
Wow.
right,
the
me
t-shirt.
too. Okay, and you also started your first high-tech company at age 19, and then you were a millionaire by 22. How in the world did you pull that off? What was that like?
Yeah, well, you know, it was crazy. It was all about networking and all about growing the business, and that's all we did was focus on growing the business. And
At 19.
I'll share some more about that as we go along.
Wow.
That would have cut into my spring break efforts.
At 19. Yeah, so it was all in high-tech, though.
All in high tech, yeah, all in networking.
Now, let's start. You have some
Yeah.
secrets you want to share with people who are business owners and people who want to work less and make more money.
Yes.
And
who doesn't want that?
Right,
by the
I
way?
mean,
Right.
that's a perfect formula for me, I'm telling you. And you say that the biggest pitfall for small business owners is lack of focus. Boy, I can relate to this.
It absolutely is. You know, the American companies, believe it or not, lose $300 billion a year due to lost productivity and unhappy people who are just not getting the job done.
Right.
That includes small business owners, that includes the employees of small business owners. And entrepreneurs and small business owners in general are very highly creative people, right? And
right.
so what tends to happen is one thing will come along and then the next thing comes along and the next thing comes along and the next thing you know, you have so much on your plate that you have no energy, time, or resources to be able to actually get the important things done. So the first thing that I always counsel entrepreneurs as they come in and they work with us in the Success IQ University. We've created, I don't know if you know this, but we've created the world's first Success IQ quiz. It gives you your personal path to success because everybody's different.
Wow. We
Yeah.
should take that. I wonder what kind of score we get.
Absolutely. So the first thing is to really take a look at what's on your plate.
Okay.
You know, so all you have to do is very simple. You can just simply draw a little mind map, actually, just a little picture, a circle with lines coming out of it that says, all right, what are all the things that are taking up my time, effort, and energy? Maybe it's mental, physical, emotional, maybe it's spiritual, maybe you've got too many volunteer commitments. And pretty soon you're going to see all of the things that you said yes to out on a piece of paper.
Oh, that's so smart. So it's like a mind map.
Yes, yes. Now, the next thing that becomes very easy is once you've got those little circles out there and you've got the mind map created, now you go, and this is the truth time. And you do one of three things with everything on your plate. You say, yes, it's working perfectly, I don't need to do anything different. You say, no, this is not working, and it has to go away, and you place an X right through it. The third thing is you say, well, I like this, but maybe I need to change it and find a new way to do things. And most people don't think this way. We just push ahead, and we think that whatever we're doing right now, if we move faster or harder or stronger, that it will actually get us to where we want to go. The truth is, removing things from your plate is going to be more helpful.
So there's your example, what's on your plate.
Yeah, there it is, right there. There's a nice little mind
Your
map.
family.
So some of these words are small, but we see community, we see home, family, work.
Yeah, anything you said yes to, exercise, hobbies, volunteer work, things like that. And once you've got that all on it becomes...
How do you cross something out?
Well-
That's hard. I mean, of these things, okay, so here you prioritized, this is your example of, circling the things that are the highest priority. Is that right?
You know, and yes, and it all comes down to values. What's important to you as an individual. Once you know what your values are, it becomes fairly easy to make it cross through there and say, even though I don't really want to admit it, this needs to go.
And this is all a part of your bigger picture, your four-part plan. You call it the FAST formula.
Absolutely.
And that's your plan, essentially, as we said, to make more from working less.
You betcha. So
Sold.
focusing first, focusing first. And you'll notice I don't mean sit down and focus on one little project at a time. Entrepreneurs are creative. We focus on all kinds of things at once. It's got to be meaningful.
All right, so focus is first, and then A.
Action. Well, meaningful action, productive action. What kind of things are you doing all day? Are you sitting around hitting the send receive button on your email, right? Waiting for something new to come in? Are you taking really, really purposeful action. Now, most people, they get to the end of the day and they look at their to-do list and they say, "Ugh, I got nothing done today." I mean, how many times has that happened, right?
All
like
the
it has
Post-it
scratched
notes are
something off.
still lined up along the monitor.
Well, see, there are two problems with that. Number one, if you come in and you write a to-do list, first of all, your brain processes from least important to most.
Right.
So you're never going to get to the bottom of the list. Second of all, we don't make the time to actually get the actions done. So you've got to create something called focus time. There are actually 4 kinds of time that we teach. Focus time is the kind of time where you are uninterrupted. So this is the time where we call it creating the bucket, and you've got a little thing there you see in the target, the purple in the target. That's focus time. You create a little bucket in your day where you're uninterrupted, no email, no phone calls, etc., and you get done those things on your list that are going to be the most important to you.
Because it is tempting to sit there and keep checking your email, even though you're in the middle of typing a document, you want to keep checking. Oops, something just came in. What did he say?
Absolutely.
Right.
Then you
Turn
get
that
so
off.
distracting.
Derail.
Turn that
Yeah.
off. Automatic send receive is a #1 productivity killer.
Okay.
It's amazing how much time you can burn just sitting there looking for emails.
Yeah. Now you got
Not that
S.
I'm admitting anything.
S in FAST is for system.
S is for systems, absolutely. You know, Michael Gerber in the E-Myth made it very, very common knowledge that you need to work on your business and not in your business. Yet what most entrepreneurs are doing is they run around spending so much time telling people how to do something. I first learned this the hard way when I was growing my business. I was sitting one day doing a very high-level project, and someone came in and said, "Stephanie, how do we make coffee?" Now, kind of a simple question, right?
Yeah.
But I got up from this money-making project because I want control, and I want my coffee made the way I want my coffee made. And I'm walking into the kitchen, and I got there, and I thought, wait a minute, I was making money, and now I'm making
Now I'm
coffee.
making coffee.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
And we started a system called the How We system. It's turned into How We almost like a person at this point. Here's how we make coffee. And I simply had the person write it down one time. We stuck it on the kitchen in the cupboard, and that was it. I got my coffee every single time. Now imagine if you applied that simple little system to getting your house cleaned, to getting your emails taken care of, to getting your voicemails taken care of, to sending out newsletters, to all kinds of the administrative and cyclical tasks that happen in a business organization. When you're spending even 15 minutes a day figuring out the systems for the things you do all day,
Stephanie,
you literally grow your business
I'm
exponentially.
going to use your in context. This is how we take a phone call. Stephanie wants to lead us right into where we're headed next. Stephanie, are you there? Stephanie on the phone. No,
Hi,
Lauren's
this is
on the
Lauren.
phone. Stephanie's
Yeah.
here. I'm
Lauren.
sorry, Lauren's
I'm Stephanie.
hanging tight waiting for me.
Lauren's on the phone.
Lauren, you have a question.
Lauren.
Stephanie. Hi,
Yes.
Stephanie. It would be great to make more money. I have a small PR business, and what I'm wondering is, when is the right time for me to add staff?
Oh,
Which
great
leads us into
question.
T for team, right?
Team, absolutely. The right time for you to add staff is right now, because chances are you are doing some of the things that are literally below your pay grade. Isn't that true?
True.
Right, right. So what I want you to do is make a list of all of the things that you do in a week, and you can label them in one of 4 categories. You can label them either A for administrative, P for production, S for sales and marketing, and H for household or personal. Now, once you categorize all 4 of those, or all of your tasks into 4 categories, start delegating out, especially your household tasks if you're not done with those. Then start delegating out your administrative tasks. And your job, while you've got that delegated out, is to simply go in to your office and make more money than you're paying the person that's doing the work for you. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Run that back to me. So, like, for example, yesterday I had to run out and get lamps for desktops. And while I was doing that, I was thinking, I should be at my desk contacting new clients.
Sort of like you making coffee.
Right.
This is the how
Right.
we. This is how we.
Right.
Right.
But you said that I should be making more than what I'm paying the people that are working for me. Is that what you said during
That's right.
that time?
And that's exactly how I started building my team. I started with a $10 an hour person who literally cleaned my toilets. And my job and I could only afford, at one point, I could only afford to hire that person for 1 hour. That's $10. And I was so worried. So what I did was, as soon as she was in there cleaning the toilets, I said, okay, for this hour, I need to be in making $20 in my business so I can pay her the $10. And so pretty soon that one person went from 1 hour to 2 hours to half time to full time to multiple people and so on. This is how it works.
Lauren, thank you for the phone call. Good luck.
So
All right, thank you.
I was going to say, backstage, we even talked about that. Someone else brought that up to you and says, hey, I just got to ask. You talked about the team, and it's kind of scary economic times right now. I can't really afford to hire somebody, but you sort of proposition that in a better way, and you can't afford not to, is your standpoint.
That's right. You can. I'm so passionate about that. You cannot afford not to hire someone to do the things that you are not good at or that you simply shouldn't be doing because you're the business owner.
even in a downturn.
Even in especially in a downturn. Especially in a downturn.
But so many people don't want to lose control. I mean, it's like you said, you wanted to go make the coffee yourself.
That's right.
How
Want
do
it
we?
your way.
Yeah.
That's right.
What is there a formula or something mindset change that we can use to help us delegate?
How do you let go a little bit?
Yes, absolutely. Well, once you have your system in place, first of all, that's very important because your system creates the control. Now, if you want to delegate, most people, even in big companies, they create problems for themselves in delegating because they'll walk up to someone and say, here, go do this thing. And we think we're having a conversation and people walk away and there's confusion. So there are 5 steps to effective delegating. Number 1 is when you're going to delegate to someone, first of all, get the buy-in. You know, Penny, hey, we're going to be working on a project together. Would you be okay with helping me with that? It's on happiness, and I know you're really excited about that. Okay, right? Buy-in,
All
right?
right.
She's saying, yes, I will help you. She doesn't know what it is or anything yet. The next thing is we describe in detail what the end outcome is. Third, we make sure that we ask, do you have everything you need to help with this project? Set a follow-up date, and then follow up.
Awesome. We got more advice on the way from Stephanie. Hang tight. More Small Business Summit just around the bend. Moving on, joining us again is internationally recognized business expert Stephanie Frank. As a business acceleration and improvement strategist, she's revealing her top secrets. She's breaking them down. She's revealing them today. How to make more, but work less. Mamma mia.
Yeah, we
Got
love
me.
that.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
We sign
Okay.
up.
Yes.
Where did we leave off?
We were talking about the FAST formula, which
Right.
about delegating and allowing yourself to let other people to know your systems and to do them for you. And you talk about this mistake that a lot of small business owners make on their websites. They're just not really
Absolutely.
getting their message out there. They've got it all wrong. So can you explain, Stephanie?
You bet I can.
She must
You know-
have been to my website. Okay, let me have it.
Well, and before we even go into websites, I want to tell you this. Of the thousands of people that have taken the Success IQ quiz, 1 out of 2, 51.8% of all people that have taken the quiz actually have a below average Success IQ. You know what that means?
What does that
That
mean?
means they're working way too hard to get very little results.
Right.
And one of those things is on your website. So when you work with your website, the biggest mistake that most business owners make or most people make on their website is, and it only takes 4 minutes to change,
Wow.
You have an example for us,
is
right?
the headline.
Yeah,
That's
the
right.
headline.
It's the headline.
headline's the first
Okay.
thing that people are going to see.
It's the headline. Most people have this, they put up beautiful websites and it says, welcome to my website. Take for example, let's say you have a site that sells, hair loss products for women who are prematurely losing their hair. Very, very niche kind of a topic. So what do you think might be a better headline? Welcome to my site. We have the best hair loss products available. Scroll around and take a look. Or, finally, the solution to premature hair loss and to get you away from the embarrassment that you feel every time
You're
you
saying
look in
cut
the
to the
mirror.
chase.
Guaranteed. Yes.
and say what you can do for them.
Absolutely.
Right?
Make it benefit oriented. Tell them what they can do or what you can do for them. Now they're going to scroll down. Now they're
Like you're
going to
saying,
look.
it's just like the newspapers. It's the headline's got to catch
the
you
headline.
right away.
Right.
Tell me why I'm compelled to check out your
Absolutely.
website.
And it's a 4-minute fix. So there you go. Change your website. You raise your Success IQ just like that.
And you have an example for us, right? A before and after.
Yeah,
Right,
well,
I
and I kind of gave it to you as well. I don't know if they've got
They're
the
gonna
slide
show
or
it
not.
to us,
Are they
yeah.
going to?
Yeah.
So the thing is,
We're waiting for it.
oh well. I think you get the idea. Welcome to my website versus,
Right.
hey, we're going to solve your problem, guaranteed. Very, very big difference.
Right.
So just a simple thing. That takes minutes to
Takes
change.
minutes.
You just
4
go
minutes or
in
less.
and make the adjustment.
Yes.
And you're saying not only may it, not be effective, but it might actually quite literally be sabotaging your efforts.
Without a doubt. I mean, let's think about it. How many times have you gone to a website and where it says welcome to my site and you scroll around trying to find what it is that they
exactly do they
how
sell?
Much, how much time do you spend on a site
Right.
like that? Nobody spends time on a site like that. So you've got to get right to the chase right away.
All right, now people call you up and go, should I do this? Should I do that on my website? Should I what? Should I blog? Should I,
Right.
all these questions that you get. And how do you answer
Right.
that?
Do I pay-per-click? Do I do a newsletter? Do I
Right.
send out an email? Do I do blogging? Do I do social networking? Should I? Here's the truth. There are tactics and strategies on the internet for growing your business, and they all work. The thing is that not every tactic and strategy works for every business. So for example, take a service business. How many times have you been in the grocery store? And you know, they have those shopping carts and they have the little ads on the cart. And you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
the kind where it's kind of the same ad but a different person
Right.
on the ad.
Different
Okay.
face?
Yeah.
So how many times have you been shopping along, you've got all your stuff in the grocery cart, you see the ad and you say, oh my gosh, I have to go get that product or service
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
And you drop
Because of that
everything and run
picture.
out.
Yeah.
No.
That's speaking to
Doesn't
me.
work that way.
It doesn't
Yeah.
happen. So there are only 3 end results for your marketing efforts. Number 1 is visibility. That's visibility right there. What I just explained in the grocery cart.
And
Number
that can work for some businesses.
that can work for some businesses. For a service business where the value is the service you provide in the relationship, it doesn't work. And most people spend so much time getting visibility, advertising, that just simply, and then they wonder why it's not working.
Okay.
Number 2 is credibility. Credibility is one of the biggest business builders that you can have because it's a third-party endorsement, it's a testimonial, it's a customer
Sure.
saying, this, here's what happened when they worked with the person. We have testimonials on our side. Business grew from $5 to $25 million a year. Okay,
And
wonderful.
so that's something I've heard some other experts say that as well. They say, get some testimonials, get credibility. Let people see what other reputable or happy customers are saying about you. Because
Absolutely.
sometimes that's all people need to know. They want a service. Maybe you provide that service. What do? You go search for that service. You find a site. You look it up. And if they look credible right away, hey, these people love them.
Right. And you know what
Okay.
works even better? Writing articles.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, are there other things besides testimonials that build credibility?
We use this strategy almost exclusively, articles and press releases.
How do you mean article? Like an advice thing?
Like
Like
an
first
article.
person from you?
Sometimes for me, sometimes not. But let me give you a formula for writing articles that works every single time. The headline should be X number of steps to, and then the benefit. 3 steps to building a site that works. 4 steps to hiring the right people on your team, etc.
Okay.
It sets the foundation for the article, and then it becomes very simple. You write a beginning paragraph, the 4 steps, and an ending paragraph. Send people back to your website. That's the key for writing articles on the internet. And people will say, I've heard of you somewhere. They'll say, I just know you, but I'm not really sure where. When we started doing this with Accidental Millionaire, people would come up to me in airports and say, I saw you on Oprah. You know, so, really? That was great.
So you write the
It's all
article
because
on
of
your
that.
website. Okay.
And then you distribute it to article directories, big, huge places that have nothing but article banks. And then that starts a chain reaction of linking back to you, which gets you up higher in the search engines and gets you that credibility. Way better than an
Article
ad on a
directories.
shopping cart, don't you think?
Yeah, article directories. Never thought about that one.
Stephanie, you've intrigued our phone callers once again.
Okay.
This time representing Alaska. Caller,
Yes,
who is this?
this is Jabez.
Hi,
Welcome
Jabez.
to the summit. You got a question for Stephanie?
Hello. I do. I do organizational development and help companies launch. And one of my questions is when taking a new staff and not necessarily coming into the playing field with an already existing staff, what are some points and tips that you can give me on developing that staff effectively from the get-go?
Great question, Jabez. First of all, you've got to know before you even hire somebody what you want them to do. I'm a big fan of knowing the outcome first. So what is the job description? What are the tasks that you want them to do? And write that down. Secondarily, there are different people that are good at different things. I mean, that's obvious. So take a look at your task list that you want them to do. If some of your tasks are people-oriented tasks and some are to-do list or tasky or paperwork kinds of things, you're going to be looking for a person who has the same amount of ability in people skills and in task-oriented skills. If you have a mostly task-oriented list of tasks, you're going to want to look for somebody with administrative or with executive experience that is task-oriented. So the key is to really match the person to the tasks, not trying to find a great person and then add a bunch of tasks to their list. That's how great people do bad jobs, because they're trying to do things that they're not good at. Does that make sense?
That does make sense.
Good. Thanks, Jabez.
All right. Thank
Good
you.
luck. And that rings very true with some advice that we got yesterday. Someone asked the same sort of question is that, okay, I'm going to start a small business. I'm going to the bank. I'm taking out a loan. How do I know where to spend it on first? And the advice was very similar to yours, is that you're thinking about it backwards. Know exactly what you want to do with that money before you go ask for it. And you're saying the same thing. Know
Right.
what you need these people to do. Don't just hire people and say, okay, you make the coffee. You need to know specifically what these people need to do.
Exactly.
Then base that on your search for
That's
the
right.
right staff, right?
That's right. fit the right staff to the right task.
A couple more questions about selling your business. Great. You talk about the PR factor and that it's free. I always thought PR costs money. What do you mean by that?
PR and article writing, as it relates to generating traffic for your business,
That's one way.
basically allow any person to go out there, write a press release, get publicity in a way that costs nothing. I mean,
Even a small paper.
even a small paper. I mean, you can do things in a small newspaper that are so helpful. You can call up your small newspaper and you can ask to write a column in your expertise. That's PR. That's credibility. That's what we're talking about right here. That also provides visibility for you. That's one of the greatest things, I think, being a writer, about your subject matter, that allows you to really get out there and get bigger and well known.
Wow. Now, obviously, we're going to steer it back towards the interesting economic times we're involved in right now. What's some of the best advice you can give people who are, whether they've launched their business, they're getting ready to, maybe now they're too scared to? What's some advice you can give them on, where everybody's looking to tighten the belts and cut corners?
Business owners, millionaires, billionaires are made in these economic times. The last time that we had a major, quote, recession like this, I made $10 million. A friend of mine made $1 billion, billion in the B. I mean, this is the time where entrepreneurial creativity is key to making a lot of money. One of our clients that we work
Could you
with right now.
expand on that a little bit?
It's
I'm still thinking about $1 billion and what
How is
beach
that
I would be on
possible?
with the coconut.
Isn't that crazy? It wasn't me, but yeah, isn't that? So the thing
Wow.
is, one of the companies we're working with right now is experiencing 141% growth per month in this economy. They're growing so fast that they're having some challenges with growth, not with getting new customers. So this is an experience where it doesn't matter what you sell, you need to be considering how can I make this something that's going to save more time, that's going to save more money, or save people energy. Doesn't matter what it is. People will tell you, we've heard this in our business. People aren't buying success strategies, leadership, communication skills, things like this. Are you kidding me? I don't
Right.
believe that, right? Because that's what you need to tighten up, to be more productive, to get more done in a day, is you need those kinds of skills.
Does it have anything to do with, taking advantage of that? Maybe a lot of other people with like-minded, jobs or even businesses are scared, so you're beating them to the punch, while a lot of people are going to sit on their hands and say, I better not do anything right now.
Yeah, why are you buying into the fear?
Right.
Why? Why do you even spend
It's
any
hard
time
not
in
to,
the
though,
fear?
sometimes. It's
Turn
hard.
off the TV.
Yeah.
Turn off the TV. I'm sorry, but the thing is if you believe in what you're doing in your product and service, your passion, your excitement, your desire to help people will carry you through this time. And I know that sounds a little fuzzy to some people, but it's really true. That's what you need first, to be able to hang on to what you have and be so excited about your business that other people will automatically wonder more about what you have to offer and want to purchase it more.
Right, those magic words, I need that. Right? That's what you need to convince people of.
Right.
Filling in the blanks.
Right. And most people walk around, and when someone says, what do you do? What an impossible question, right? And we answer that question wrong. Most people answer that question wrong. They'll say, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, I sell insurance, I am a mortgage broker. But there's a formula that you can use that will make people say, I need that.
And what
Here
is
it
it?
is.
Quickly.
I help people blank so they can blank.
Fill in the gap. Fill
There
in
you
the
go,
gap.
that's it. Thank you so much, Stephanie,
Thanks,
for
Stephanie.
this
Thank you.
invaluable
It was great to be
advice.
here.
Great to
Thank
have
you.
you on the summit.
I'm still thinking about the bill.